Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to understand about prepositions. So this video is all about prepositions. So before doing anything else, let's first understand that what is a preposition. A preposition shows a relationship between a noun and other words in a sentence. Now these other words can be a verb, an adjective, or any other noun. Let's understand with the help of few examples. The fridge is to the left of the washing machine. So the relationship between the washing machine and the fridge is depicted with the help of preposition left. If we will not use this preposition left, then we cannot understand that what this sentence is trying to tell. So this left word is actually showing a relationship between fridge and washing machine. The chairs are around the dining table. So the relationship between dining table and chairs is depicted with the help of the word around. So this around is a preposition. The sofa is in front of the cupboard. So in front of is here a preposition. The rug is to the right of the bed. So relationship between rug and bed is depicted with the help of the word right. So this right over here is a preposition. So preposition basically establishes our relationship between a noun and other parts of a sentence. Now, what are the types of preposition that we use? Types of preposition depends upon three things: when, where, and in which direction. So when is depicted with preposition of time. We have prepositions like in, at, on, before, after, by, since, etc. to depict time. Then preposition of movement and direction. It depicts direction, in which direction. So we have prepositions like to, towards, into, at, from, etc., which talk about movement and direction. And we have another category, that is preposition of position, which tells us about where, right? So we have prepositions like under, above, in, on, etc. to tell about the position, that where a noun is placed. So preposition of position talks or answers to the question where. We have many more in these categories. There are only few that I have listed down. Next is preposition of time, how we can use them. So there are few these three prepositions, at, in, and on, which are frequently used, but we sometimes get confused on where to use these prepositions. So understand one thing, that when you want to talk about time, then we make use of at 12 o'clock I will meet you at 5 p.m. or we will have a meeting at 4 p.m. When you want to talk about night, midday, noon, bedtime, lunchtime, with these also we make use of the preposition at. And in order to talk about sunrise and sunset also we use at. Along with that, we also make use of at with with the festivals like at Diwali, at Holi, right? At Christmas. Now coming to in. We use in to depict morning and afternoon. So when you have to say in the morning, in the afternoon, right? When you want to talk about morning or afternoon, you make use of in. We also use in to talk about season, like in winter, in spring, in summer. It is also used to talk about the years, right? In 1980, in 1950, he was born in 1990. We started our company in 1995. Now coming to on. We use on with days of the week, like our school will open on Monday, or our school will reopen on Monday, right? There is a annual function on this Tuesday, so we make use of on. To talk about month and date together, when you are using month and date together, then we make use of on. Otherwise, if you are only talking about month, we use in April, in March, in January. But when you are using date and month along together, then we make use of on. And similarly, if you are using date, month and year together, then also we make use of on. It is also used along with the date on the particular day you are talking about, right? On the 10th of this month, we will have a meeting, right? Or on the 15th of this month, we will have a UT, or we will have a surprise test. So when you are talking about a particular date, specific day, then also we make use of on. And with the words like first day, last day, previous day, we make use of on. Now let's see few examples. The show will be over by 8 p.m., right? So preposition of time basically tells us when. So by when the show will be over? By 8 p.m. I will be back in 2 hours. So by when I will be back? In 2 hours. I will be back within 2 hours. Now see, the sentences are same, but we have used different preposition. And because we have used different preposition, they have different meanings. When you use in, when you say I will be back in 2 hours, it means that when 2 hours will be over, then you will come back. But when you say I will be back within 2 hours, it means that before 2 hours get over, you will be back. Right? So the difference lies in their meaning. You can use both of them together in this kind of sentence, but their meaning will be different. So as per the requirement, as per the need, you should make use of in and within. Now the next is preposition of position. The family is sitting at the table for lunch, right? So here, where the family is sitting? At the table. So it answers to the question where, and at is showing relationship between family and lunch table. There is no chair to sit upon, right? So again, upon is telling us that what is the relationship between sitting and chair. I'm trying to decide between these two shirts. So between, in order to show relationship between my wish to try or my willingness to try and the noun shirts, right? We also make use of among. We can also use among over here, but between is used when you are talking only about two things, and when you are talking about more than two things, then we can make use of among, right? So if you have more than two shirts, then you can use among, but here because I am specifying two shirts, that is why I am making use of between. Now the next category is preposition of direction and movement. It tells us about that in which direction we are talking. The bus is heading towards town. So the bus is heading in which direction? Towards town, right? So towards is preposition of direction and movement. We walked along the beach. So here along is again preposition of movement. He fell off the horse, right? So all these prepositions are telling or depicting a relationship between a noun and other words. Today, we are going to discuss about two kinds of preposition, which are simple and complex. So what are simple prepositions? There are other types of prepositions as well, but today we will only discuss about two, simple and complex. Simple prepositions are those prepositions where we use only one word as a preposition, right? For example, in, at, into, by, to. So these all are one word which we use as preposition. So they are simple prepositions. Complex prepositions are those where we use a group of more than one word as a preposition, right? For example, in case of. So here we are using more than one word, and this is a group which we use together as a preposition, according to, thanks to, in front of, in charge of. Here you need to understand one thing, that you cannot change them. If we use of with in case, you cannot use any other preposition. You cannot say in case to or in case with, right? If it is of, then you have to make use of with in case, right? So these all groups will come under the category of complex preposition. So what is a complex preposition? It is a group of words that functions like an ordinary preposition. But the difference is that it is a group of more than one words. So this complex preposition can again be of two types. It can be of two-word unit. For example, two-word unit means where you have only two words which you are using as a group, like according to, due to, thanks to, together with, except for. And another is three-word unit category, where we use three words, like in charge of, in case of, in spite of, as well as. So these are few examples of complex preposition. These you have to learn, because the more and more you will learn, or you have to practice them, the more and more you will practice, the more and more you will get used to of all these. Now let's have a look at few examples. Tie the two ropes together with a secure knot. So together with is a complex preposition. Thanks to you, I was saved from drowning. Again, thanks to. It is a complex preposition that I'm using here. Because of the rain, the match was cancelled. So here, because of his complex preposition. Jack was ahead of all other runners. Everyone was late except for Richard. The two groups were similar with respect to income and status. So the thing that you should remember while using complex preposition is that you cannot change prepositions on your own. Whatever are defined, you have to use only them. This is a list of few more complex prepositions. Go through them. Try to understand that which preposition we use along with which word, so that you won't make mistake whenever you will use them. That's all for today. Thank you.